That cold, paralyzing anxiety that forces you to freeze when you hear a twig snap in the dark is not cowardice. It is the Sentinel protocol of your subconscious. The fact that your mind refuses to let you sleep deeply on an unfamiliar territory means only one thing. Your reticular formation has flagged your current environment as a kill zone. It is trying to save you from a threat your conscious eyes cannot see. Think about it. A sleeping human inside a thin nylon shelter is nothing but slow, defenseless, unconscious meat. Predators like bears, wolves, and leopards can hear your heartbeat from across a clearing and trace your scent for miles. To them, you are an easy, unprotected buffet. Yet they almost never attack. They look, they circle, and they retreat into the shadows. Why? Popular science tries to convince you that wildlife is full of harmony and reasonable calculations. That is a lie. The real reason why predators ignore a sleeping human is much darker. They are not calculating risks. They are mentally broken. Right now, you sleep in absolute safety only because you carry the genes of the most brutal serial killer in the history of this planet. Modern biology textbooks make a fatal mistake by calling large predators the pinnacle of the food chain. In reality, every surviving tiger, wolf, and leopard today is an evolutionary coward. And your ancestors bred this strain of cowards. For over 2 million years, humanity didn't just hunt. It conducted a systematic, relentless genocide of the planet's megafauna. Every animal that showed even a drop of aggression or curiosity toward a human camp was destroyed on the spot. Natural selection was replaced by the total execution of the brave. Only those individuals survived and reproduced who suffered a panic attack at the mere sight of a human silhouette. Let that sink in. The absolute alpha predators of modern wildlife are merely the traumatized, cowardly remnants of species we broke over millennia. If they were truly fearless, they wouldn't exist. Write in the comments if you still blindly believe in their royal status. To understand how deep this trauma runs, we must look at the phenomenon of the campfire. For over 1 million years, sleeping next to an open flame has been the standard operating procedure for our species. To you, a campfire represents warmth and comfort. To the animal kingdom, it is a universal symbol of apocalyptic destruction. Fire is one of the very few stimuli that triggers an innate, unlearned fear across virtually all land mammals. Laboratory animals raised in isolation, creatures that have never seen a forest fire in their entire lives, will exhibit extreme avoidance behavior the exact second they catch the scent of smoke. It is hardwired into their evolutionary code. When humans tamed fire, we didn't just find a way to cook. We created a glowing, smoking broadcasting tower that radiates death into the nocturnal abyss. The predators received that message for tens of thousands of generations. The message became so deeply embedded that they no longer need to decode it. The mere silhouette of a flickering flame next to a human structure triggers an automated biological retreat. But what happens when a beast is mad with hunger and its genetic fear fades? It is stopped by the chemical anomaly of your body. A wolf's hunting trigger is tuned to clean, natural markers: the scent of fur, raw blood, and fear. You, however, broadcast a mixture that in the language of the forest means a toxic dead end. The synthetics of your clothes, deodorants, traces of preservatives, and sugar in your sweat. To a predator, you do not smell like a meal. You smell like a technological disaster. The beast does not understand what you are, and in the wild, everything that cannot be classified is automatically equated to a deadly threat. However, there is one hidden defect in your lymphatic system that can instantly reset this protective barrier. We will dissect that grim mutation in a moment. Before we do, look at how your own body adapted to survive this nocturnal standoff. You might feel completely vulnerable when you close your eyes, but your sleep architecture is actually a highly sophisticated early warning radar. Unlike other large mammals, humans do not sleep in prolonged, heavy blocks. Your neurological system forces you to experience sleep in strict, rapid cycles. You descend into deep, slow-wave sleep, but you regularly ascend back into lighter stages, including REM sleep, where your brain activity spikes. During these light phases, your subconscious executes what neurobiologists call the Sentinel function. Your auditory cortex remains fully operational. It actively filters the ambient environment, ignoring predictable rhythmic sounds like rain or wind, but instantly flagging anomalous acoustic anomalies. A sharp crack of dry wood, a sudden shift in air pressure, or the heavy breathing of an approaching organism will rip you from unconsciousness to full alertness in less than a second. The deep sleepers of our evolutionary past were eliminated early. You are the product of millions of years of hypervigilant, paranoid engineering. In the forest, there are no hospitals. Any injury sustained by a predator during an attack is a death sentence. A damaged eye means the beast can no longer focus on prey. A scratch on its paw will lead to gangrene and starvation within a week. A sleeping human is an actuarial nightmare for a predator. The beast sees a creature with a bipedal posture, an upright silhouette that, in the subconscious code of all mammals, means absolute dominance and threat. Attacking an unknown, chemical-smelling bipedal object that can deliver an unpredictable reaction the second it wakes up is mental suicide. It is easier for a predator to spend energy on a familiar deer whose actions have been calculated by millions of years of evolution. Furthermore, humans are rarely truly isolated. Even when you think you are alone, predators view you through the lens of group dynamics. In the wild, apex killers look for separation. They target the straggler, the weak individual cut off from the herd. A campsite represents a collective unit. Predators understand that if they trigger one individual, the entire collective will respond. A chaotic, multi-target defensive confrontation is the exact scenario large carnivores are evolved to avoid at all costs. The math of survival simply refuses to favor the attack. This safety boundary collapses only in one case: when the predator's own mathematical apparatus breaks down. The only scent capable of making a wolf or a lion step over genetic horror is the smell of inevitable decay, either the human's or the beast's own. Almost all documented cases of camp attacks were committed by the cripples of the wild world. The Champawat tiger, which claimed hundreds of human lives, had a shattered jaw. She physically could not hold a wild bull. She was forced to hunt us. An attack on a sleeping human is not an act of aggression. It is the final, dying gesture of despair from a doomed beast. Our capacity to generate terror in the natural world is so immense that it has created an unintended ecological crisis. Biologists tracking predators have discovered that our mere presence causes a massive cascading disruption throughout entire food webs. When large carnivores like pumas detect the sound of human voices, they abandon their territories and leave fresh kills behind. This fear radiates downward. Because the predators flee, prey populations like deer swell artificially, overgrazing the landscape. Smaller predators like foxes and rodents alter their behaviors entirely just to avoid intersecting with the invisible, terrifying wake of human civilization. We change the architecture of the Earth without ever touching it, simply by being the entity that evolution taught everything else to fear. Right now, as you sit here listening to these words, your own brain continues to scan the ambient sounds of your room. Your hippocampus silently checks your current safety matrix, ensuring no predators are near. You have convinced yourself that the walls of your civilization protect you. But the evolutionary protocols of fear have not disappeared. You are safe from claws in the dark, but your mind is absolutely defenseless when external stimuli vanish completely. In fact, if we lock you in ideal, ringing silence for just a few minutes, your reticular formation will lose its mind and start broadcasting hallucinations just to fill the vacuum. But about that classified archive, it is already waiting for you in the next report on your screen. Review it before the silence becomes too loud.